Sales of the Dream expanded rapidly. The Honda Motor Company expanded with it. To increase manufacturing capacity, an old sewing machine factory in Tokyo was converted for production of the bike, the first of 6 manufacturing facilities acquired across the 1950s. Soichiro Honda's commitment to high-quality manufacturing required the best equipment throughout these factories. Japan at the time did not produce the equipment he wanted, so in 1952 he left for the United States, returning with 450 million yen of American precision tools, an enormous investment for the time. Such investments required capital, and this also grew during the period from 2 million yen in 1950 to 1.55 billion by the end of the decade. Obtaining new capital was not always easy. In 1951, for example, Honda and Fujisawa entertained a group of bankers to a party to smooth the progress of a loan. They performed for their delighted guests a comedy double act of jokes and songs. Convinced their efforts had succeeded, they were later disappointed that whilst the bankers enjoyed the party, they felt unable to make a loan to a couple of clowns. Honda Motor's product portfolio steadily grew, with the addition of the Type H engine, and in October 1951, the company launched the Dream Type E. Designed by Kiyoshi Kawashima, it was their first 4-stroke machine. Kawashima himself test drove it across the Hakone Pass in typhoon rains, accompanied by Honda and Fujisawa in a Buick. Rapidly, the bike overtook the Buick, and by the time Honda and Fujisawa caught up, Kawashima was already parked at the top of the pass. The bike sold well. As sales, manufacturing capacity, capital, and employee numbers all grew, the future seemed secure. They were living the dream. Then, in 1954, abruptly, things went terribly wrong. An increase in power caused an unacceptable increase in engine noise, and the Dream stopped selling. Piles of unsold product grew. Cash flow dwindled. Bankruptcy was imminent. They were rescued by a Dream Soichiro Honda had at the height of the crisis. In the Dream, he changed the carburetor on the Type E, and as a result, had an engine that would never stop. The modification worked. Once again, bikes sold, the crisis averted. The Cub Type F followed soon after, and in 1957, a product referred to as Soichiro Honda's masterpiece, the Super Cub. The Super Cub started out as the brainchild of Takeo Fujisawa. He was convinced that a small but reliable and fuel-efficient bike, suitable for commuting, would sell well. 1 year later, Soichiro presented him with the result of his idea. A light polyester resin bike. It was the step-through configuration that has become a design classic. Increasingly, Honda and Fujisawa's attention turned to making Honda into a global company. If you're not number 1 in the world, you can't be number 1 in Japan. The market selected in which to start this expansion was America, and in 1959 in Los Angeles, American Honda Motor opened. A land dominated by film stars and rock and roll was a mixed blessing for a motorcycle manufacturer. Bike-riding stars like James Dean persuaded parents that bikes had a bad boy image, and in 1950s America, this held back sales. Fujisawa developed a campaign that would completely change this. You meet the nicest people on a Honda. Not only launched Honda's American sales, it repositioned bikes in the American imagination. Something closer to Soichiro Honda's heart than advertising would also help international sales. Racing. In 1954, following the near collapse of the company, he announced Honda bikes would take part in the world-famous Isle of Man TT races. It was a masterstroke. Not only did this decision raise Honda Motor's international profile, it raised internal morale during a turbulent year. Visiting the Isle of Man to study the TT races at first hand, Honda found his bikes outclassed by more powerful global competitors. He appointed 2 young engineers to study the problem of how to dramatically increase speed without destroying the motor. Their work led to Honda Motor winning the Team Manufacturers' Championship in their very first TT in 1959. a race they would dominate for many years to come as the company became a global presence, both in its sales and on the racetrack.